I'm pleased to have him back at this table. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Boy, you were how old when you enlisted?
17.
Didn't know what you were going to do. Didn't know who you were, hardly.
That was one of the reasons for myself and my two dearest friends at the time enlisting.
Yeah, because you just wanted to, what?
Well, we were looking to find out who we were. We were searching for an identity. We were three average teenage young men roaming the streets of Brighton Beach in Brooklyn, going to the boardwalk, watching fireworks, going to the pool room, trying to find out what we were about. And we were lucky enough to be steered toward the Marine Corps. We were going to join the Navy, and we went to the pool room one day, and there was Joey Brodowski, a fellow who was known in the neighborhood for his toughness, wearing his summer tropicals. We walked up to Joe. He was a guy that was really revered in our neighborhood. And we said, "Joe, how are you?" And he was sitting by a pool room table like this, you know. And we said, "Listen, we're going to join the Navy. What do you think of the Navy?" And Joe told us. He said, "They're fine if you want to be one of our little sisters." So me, Howie, and Carl looked at each other, and a month later we were on a train bound for Parris Island.
Yes.
Become Marines.
Down in my part of the country.
Yes.
So you got there.
Well,
go ahead.
Yes, I would say for us that experience helped to shape our lives. The reason we're having this celebration.
Stay with me, I'll come back to the celebration in a minute. I just want to go through your experience for a second, if I can guide the conversation.
Yes.
You get there, and there was the fear of darkness, and your drill instructor said to you.
No, that came later.
Oh, that was later.
That came later. We were.
That was in fact, that was one of your acting teachers, wasn't it?
No. That was a Marine instructor at a night combat course, which came later. Okay. But the thing is, on Parris Island, we were challenged. We were challenged to rise up and be the best that we could be. We were challenged physically. We were challenged mentally. We learned what it meant to work as a team. We learned what it meant to respect the tradition of the Marine Corps. And most of all, we were challenged to endure. And we learned on the island that if we could suffer, if we could endure, we could achieve any goal we wanted to achieve. I often ask myself, why does the Marine Corps have such success? Why is it so revered around the world? And I have an answer for that. Somehow these Marines who came before us these hundreds of years and their actions, what they did, their tradition, their spirit, they were able to arouse our spirit on Parris Island. It's not a physical challenge alone. It's a spiritual one. And because of the spirit of these young men being aroused, they can meet any challenge and accomplish any goal, any task set for them. And the tradition and the history of the Marine Corps proves it.
How did you spend your tour of duty?
Wanting to be back home. But nevertheless, the discipline of the mind was part of this journey. Well, I spent it in the infantry, stationed in North Carolina, and
Camp Lejeune.
Camp Lejeune, right. We went overseas to Beirut in 1958 when the Marines and paratroopers were sent into to Beirut. 3 years.
Did you think about staying in?
Never.
Not once?
No.
You wanted to get out as soon as you could, even though it had shaped you?
Yes, because I wanted to be on to other things. There were other values I was after in life also. The Marines gave me this knowledge that if I stuck to something, if I could endure it, that I will achieve my goal. It served me for the rest of my entire life.
Were there times at Parris Island you wanted to quit and just go home? Were you tempted to?
Just about every day. I think the first night that I was there, well, the very first day was quite an eventful day for me. First of all, they gave us salt pills to swallow. I never had a salt pill in my entire life. I threw up. They shaved all my hair off, and that night, lying in my cot, I cried. I remember I was on the top, and I was staring up. I felt like I was in some hell, you know, and I remember tears came in my eyes. I started to cry. I missed home. I said, Harvey, stop it, or you'll never make it out of here. You'll never make it through. And I did stop it, and I did make it through. That was part of the discipline, part of the challenge that was presented to all of us young men.
You then came, well, tell me the darkness story.
Well, after Parris Island, we went to an advanced combat training course. And there, you couldn't see the hand in front of your face. It was pitch black out. It was North Carolina. And a lot of us Marines were there. I was scared. My friends were scared too, I think. We wouldn't admit it. And a voice boomed out of that darkness. And the voice said, we're all afraid of what we don't know. You're afraid of the darkness because you don't know it. And I'm going to teach you to live in the night so that you're no longer afraid of it. Well, that became a mantra of mine throughout my life. That if I know something, the fear will subside. I will be able to endure it. And this helped me out enormously over these years.
So now you come to 1998. Harvey Keitel, actor, wants to pay back. And so he wants to do what and is going to do what in concert with others to celebrate the 223rd anniversary of the Marines?
Well, let me say Jerry Byrne, the editor of Variety, is a former Marine captain, served in Vietnam. Me and Jerry are the chairmen of this event. I wanted the American people to understand that they have this institution that they own, that they have this institution that they can be proud of, called the Marine Corps, through which many of their sons and brothers have passed through, which shaped their values and shaped their lives. And it's an institution they can be proud of. We want them to own the Marine Corps as their own and to understand the values given to these young men, especially in this time when it seems like our values are being, our values are being questioned. And that's a good thing. It's an opportunity to examine who we are and to see what we want to be, to see what we admire.
When you saw an ad by Marty, who was making a student film or something, or was this Mean Streets?
It was a student film.
Yeah.
His
NYU.
His graduate school film at NYU.
And so you responded to the ad?
I was looking for experience as an actor, not to get paid, but just to practice technique, because the entire idea was to have a technique that would allow me to enter into any role I want to play. So I was looking for experience, and we actors would follow the trades and look for experience anywhere in the Off-Broadway theater. Yeah. And they were making student films at NYU, and I met Scorsese there. I auditioned for him, and I got the part in Who's That Knocking at My Door?
And then, did you know De Niro at this time, or you?
No.
You didn't meet De Niro until you did Mean Streets?
Until we did Mean Streets, yes, much later.
And that gave you a reputation there. Mean Streets was a breakthrough for Marty, for you, for Bobby, for...
Yeah, it gave us certainly a reputation.
Fast forward into where you are now. What role has meant the most to you? What role do you identify the most with? What's been the one you...
You know, let me say something about this, Charlie, where we're going here, okay?
All right.
About reputation. Just for some reason that word is clicking somewhere in me now. And I want to say that oftentimes we are considered to be on the front line. A friend of mine mentioned this phrase to me at dinner a couple nights ago, because we are in the public eye. We are on the front line. I want to say that I remember back in Brooklyn, reputation was important there, that we are all on the front line. It just so happens we are photographed, and much too much is made about that. But reputation is something that all of us need to nourish, cherish, and to create a reputation as a result of what we think and what we feel. So I don't want to make this the exclusive domain because I'm an actor. My reputation was at stake before I became an actor. My reputation was at stake when me and my two buddies decided to join the Marine Corps. Okay.
But translate that to me in terms of, I mean, you're saying that for you, what your reputation is everything. For you, your reputation, because you make it.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what it is, whether you're acting in front of an audience, or the kind of Marine you are, or the kind of friend you are, or the kind of father you are.
Well, it does matter. Yeah. It does matter, but it's in the deed. That's right.
So why did the question, what role has been the most meaningful for you, precipitate that? Was it something about that question?
That didn't. It was about reputation.
Right.
It just clicked in my head.
Yeah. The fact that Main Street gave you an identity.
Yes. But as far as the role itself goes, I've been very lucky. I've been very lucky. My entire journey has been a very fortunate one. And I would do a disservice to many of these
if you picked
talented writers and directors if I picked one role. In fact, I don't think I could pick a role. If I had to, if you're twisting my arm, I'd say Martin Scorsese's film of Nikos Kazantzakis' The Last Temptation of Christ was a very informing role to me.
You seem to me, Harvey, like someone, as you talk about what acting has given to you, this treasure chest, as you talk about what the Marines did to you, this thing called life has worked out pretty good for Harvey. And you feel that it has been a gift to you, notwithstanding some of the disappointments that I know about, that you and I have talked about.
Yeah, we have talked about it. It's a part of it. I've learned to accept these disappointments, these obstacles, as being welcome, as being healthy. There is gold in those obstacles. There is gold in those lonely moments at 3 o'clock in the morning when you don't know where to go, what to do, who your friends are. There is gold in those moments. And I've been very lucky to have met the right people, read the right people in theater and outside of it, and learned this about life. Gosh, I hope this doesn't sound like I'm pontificating.
No, it doesn't. Harvey Keitel will be at the Intrepid, the 223rd anniversary of the United States Marine Corps, along with former Marines and friends celebrating with the Marine Corps Band. Yes?
And the Commandant of the Marine Corps.
And the Commandant of the Marine Corps, all of that. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.